resource for all things systems, operations, and automation so that you can level up your business, scale to 7 figures in the next few years without burning out, and have a lot more freedom, fun, and flexibility in your business. So I want to talk to you guys today about all things operations manuals, and specifically all the things that you're getting wrong about your operations manual, because I hear a lot of questions from people about this, especially contacts in my network, clients who come to me, people who are prospects saying, well, what's the deal with operations manuals? Are they really that important? Are they really going to help me scale? And the short answer is it depends. It depends on how you put together your operation manuals, because not all operation manuals are created equal. Yes, they can be a tool for scaling, for total delegation in your business, but they have to be built correctly. They have to be put together in the appropriate way so that they are a useful tool within your business, right? So all the things that you're getting wrong start here. A lot of us don't even really know what an operations manual is or what the importance of it is within our business. If you are a CEO and you want to take yourself out of the business and you don't expect to work in your business full-time consistently, if you don't want to be the person that's doing every single thing within the business, but you want to maintain some semblance of control over your business, you want the business to reflect who you are or what your brand is and, the values that you have, grown the business in, then you need an operations manual. That is the way that people are going to be able to replicate your thought process. And that is one of the biggest misconceptions that business owners have about their overall operations manual. They don't even know how important it is because they think of it as kind of a check the box step, right? So if that's something that you've done, you might be discounting a really powerful tool within your business. And another big challenge that I see with people, with business owners and their operation manuals, is that you don't realize that your operation manual is not a one size fits all. It is not not all operation manuals are created equally, right? Yeah, you can get a template from the internet. You can Google templates on operational procedures. You can pull a book, from the library or your Kindle, or you can download a template from your coach. But not all operation manuals are created equally. Your operation manual has to be created in a way that makes it easy to digest what work needs to happen, how, and what that person is empowered to do to complete that work, right? If you don't have all of those pieces built into your operation manual and you don't have it set up in a way that makes those pieces really palatable and easy to understand, then your operation manual is just going to be a novel that no one ever reads within your business, right? It doesn't become the tool that people can take and really delegate and really take and be like, oh, I understand exactly what needs to happen here step by step, right? So operation manuals are not created equal, and not every template, not every guide, not every resource, coach, or book that you read about it is going to tell you how to put it together in these ways. So really make sure that you're focused on how you can turn your operations manual into a tool that is actually delegatable, right? Like that is something that someone can look at, really easily understand what work needs to happen, how, and what they're empowered to do within the scope of that work. If you're not doing that, then you're making a huge mistake with your operations manual, and it's probably just going to become a long 50, 60, 100-page Google document that no one ever really uses and is not a tool that allows you to delegate the work that you have on your plate in an easy way, all right? The second big piece that you're probably getting wrong with your operations manual is that you're combining steps. A lot of us business owners, like I know that I'm guilty of this, have a tendency, because we've done all of the things within our business, think of it as like, oh, I go to Instagram, I post this thing, I engage, it's done. But we don't think about all of the little minute steps that go into those 3 bigger steps that we're doing to complete. Or, I do a client call, we create the notes, and then we do the session wrap up, or, I send them strategic notes on whatever our session was, right? If you're a coach, you might send session wrap up notes or next steps or whatever it is, follow up session notes. You think of those things as like, oh yeah, It's just one step. I do the session, I do this thing, I prepare the notes, all one step that happens because it's so automatic. But a lot of times, if you're going to hand over that step, there's probably 5 or 6 little things that you do when you are preparing those post-session notes, right? If you are marketing and you're reviewing a client's Instagram account, there's probably 5 or 6 different things when you're like logging into Instagram and just like checking out their main profile. There's probably 5 or 6 different things that you're doing or you're looking for. Those are the things that need to be encompassed in your operations manual if you want it to be a real tool for delegation within your business. If you don't have those pieces, that's probably a big step that you're getting wrong with your own operation manuals by combining those big steps into, you just combine all of those little steps into one overarching, really broad step. Well, you're never going to get the results that you want. No one is ever going to be able to take out over that work for you because we haven't broken down the actual work well enough for someone to take it over for you and get the same results as you, right? And then finally, the third big thing that I see business owners doing that they really, really get wrong with all of their operation manual is forgetting the control points, right? So you might want to delegate a lot of the work, and I'm sure that you do want to delegate a lot of the work, but at the end of the day, the business still belongs to you. You have to build in the quality control, the quality assurance, the control points to keep you in the loop so that you know that work is being done. If you're someone who where you feel like you can never unplug, that you're never really sure if your team is doing the work that they're supposed to be doing, or you feel like you have to micromanage or check in or, just double check the work to make sure it's actually getting done, chances are you probably missed this really big step in your operations manual. Are all those control points, all those times, or all those ways that, you're being flagged and notified that work is happening for you, right? So those are the 3 big steps that I see a lot of business owners missing out on within their operations manual. Without these 3 things, if you're skipping over, glazing over, thinking that, hey, I'm just going to use a template. I'm just going to list out, the operation step by step, and that's going to be good. It's going to be totally delegatable. I'll never have to touch that work again. Then that's a huge mistake that you're making. And you're not really creating a tool that is something that someone can take over for you. Or if you are thinking about your process in 2 big, broad chunks, right? You're not giving anyone the opportunity to really understand the work that needs to be done so that they can do it for you. And then finally, if you're forgoing all of the check-in points, all of the control points, that's a way that you stay trapped in the business. It's a loophole that you create for yourself so that you can step in and do the work and, point out like, oh, you didn't do this, or I didn't know it was happening, so I had to double check. It's another way that keeps you in the business. These are the 3 areas that a lot of business owners really get wrong. They really forget. They do not include in their operations manual, and then they wonder, why isn't this working? Why is work still ending up back on my plate? Why do I feel really anxious when I have to unplug for the business? Why do I have trouble trusting my team members? Well, it's probably because you missed one of these 3 points when you were creating your operating procedures or your operating manual or how you do work within your business. When you were defining those things, you probably missed these 3 things. So if you have these 3 things, I guarantee you that you will actually have really tight processes. You'll have really tight operating procedures that will be easily delegatable to someone else, so they can easily understand the work that needs to happen next. All right. So if this sounds like you, then make sure that you're looking at your operations and that you're highlighting and making note of the areas where you might be thinking that I'm just going to use a template and it's not really delegatable, or where you're a little bit too broad and you're not really focused and giving a person who might be doing that work enough guidance to do it for you, or if you're not really putting in the checkpoints that it will allow you to maintain control while your hands are off of it, then those are 3 areas that you really need to focus in on in order to make your operating procedures a real usable tool within your business. All right. So until next time, bye guys.